Welcome to the bold analysis. Earlier this week, the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua accompanied William Ruto for launching an irrigation project in Othaya in Nyeri County. And when William Ruto passed the microphone for the second in command to address his residents, he made a statement that caught many off guard. And this is the statement. And according to what the Deputy President is saying, William Ruto had allegedly given some instructions to him for some funds to be mobilized, I don't know from which ministry, so that the government will build a tomb next to late Kibaki's graveside. Now, this is a statement that was actually made in that rally, and apparently many look at it as just part of those roadside declarations, just to try to please the masses. Now, this came despite a fact that if such is supposed to be done under the Kenya Kwanza government, then it falls under the Ministry of Culture and Heritage, or renovating or making the tomb for the late former President Kibaki could still be done by the military team, because Kibaki was Commander-in-Chief of Kenya Defense Forces. So, because he was a commander-in-chief, at one point, the military are obliged to maybe do that the same way they used to do for late Jomo Kenyatta and also Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi. But as that is going on, information coming now is a reaction from Mwai Kibaki's family. And I've gathered this from a gentleman that I follow, and this is Wahome Tuku. I am told Kibaki's children heard for the first time yesterday that there were plans to build a tomb at their father's gravesite in Othaya. They were surprised to hear that William Ruto had ordered for finances to be set aside for the tomb. They heard for the first time of the plans to unveil the father's cross. As for Ruto, he was not even remembering that Kibaki was buried in Othaya, leave alone ordering for such financial allocation. I keep saying the position of Deputy President should be allocated specific duties in the Constitution so that occupants are not so idle as to start having fragments of imaginations. In fact, a DP should have a cabinet docket as a mandatory requirement, like being Minister for Environment. That's what BBI was intended to achieve. And I agree with Wahome Tuku. And it's clearly pointing and taking that, it's clearly saying that Mwai Kibaki's family are unaware of all that Rigathi Gachagua was talking about. And I don't think it is new to hear the Deputy President making such. I have a privilege of talking to some few MPs, actually former MPs, who says that many times William Ruto makes pronouncements in public and will say, I have agreed so and so, we are going to do this, we've spoken so and so, we're going to do this. Well, in real sense, there is no such discussion. In fact, leaders just want to create a conversation and create some imaginations in the minds of people. And if Rigathi is speaking this even without the consent or even the family is unaware, then clearly it's just speaking part of those roadside declarations. The family is saying they are unaware. And remember, after that burial, Uhuru Kenyatta held a meeting And they made a decision that they would make Mwai Kibaki's anniversary celebrations be a private ceremony, just the same way Jomo Kenyatta, Jomo Kenyatta family also decided to take that celebration away from the public limelight so that it will only be celebrated by close family members. And true to that word, last year in April 2021, and in April 21, 2023, in the first anniversary of former President Mwai Kibaki, the family held a closed-door meeting, private ceremony to holding the anniversary of the former President Mwai Kibaki. And they are shocked that political leaders then have decided to come out of the woodwork, and they're trying to create some maybe plans around this. However, while it might not be wrong, but in this podcast, why do you think Kenyatta's Mwai Kibaki's family are rebelling the Kenya Kwanza's move to take over second celebration of Mwai Kibaki's anniversary? Kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell and like our videos. Thank you very much for supporting our podcasts. The last celebration anniversary was done and the family held a closed-door meeting. Despite the fact that the new crop of leaders, the deputy president hails from Nyeri, I didn't see them celebrating the anniversary of Mwai Kibaki. I didn't see them even posting anywhere, not even the presidency. In fact, you would be shocked. There was one, two that was saying, when Uhuru Kenyatta was leaving State House, there was a portrait of the former presidents. So kulikuwa na Moi, Kibaki, Jomo Kenyatta, and even Uhuru Kenyatta was there. But things seems to have changed and some of them are not around. But then, in 2023 April, it was just some 7 months after Kenya Kwanza came to power. They were still struggling to reorganize and do here and there. But now, their offer to come in and take charge of Mwai Kibaki's anniversary is very suspect. And I tend to see that people are seeing a lot of politics. There is a lot of politics in it. People are just looking for different avenues here and there. Number one, to gain, just to campaign. And number two, if indeed there are funds being mobilized to be set aside for that, then who are supposed to be the custodians of such a plan? The family should be deeply, if there is a committee being formed, the family should be deeply involved, and they're not in the picture. Now, I just want to look at a few things. Why exactly do you think Kenyatta family, Mwai Kibaki's family, is actually rejecting that Kenya Kwanza's move? I want us to look at that. I've tried to exhaust my 6 reasons why I'm saying that. Number one, I think there are many descendants of Mwai Kibaki who are languishing in poverty and are neglected. Let me not say poverty, but let me say that are neglected. What would you expect? As a former president, I remember when, during the burial ceremony, the speeches from different leaders, they were really pledging support and how they will stand with the family. And all that, the flowery and the poetic speeches from different leaders that graced that event. But to date, after Ruto formed government, I wanted to try to track and trace how many appointments, there are people being given parastatal jobs here and there, how many people have been accommodated from Mwai Kibaki's family. Visible. Where you can come out and say, look here, so and so, there's a gazette notice on so and so, and someone from Kibaki's niece or family or so and so have been absorbed. You may want to look at that and give us a response. And I tend to believe, because this is, of course, this is a problem that it's not starting now. I remember even if you look at what's happening now, of course, the former president, immediate former president left, Uhuru Kenyatta. Of course, he still has his traces of people had planted here and there. But look at the son of the second president, Moi, the Gideon Moi. Gideon Moi has a deal, some geothermal deal, tender going on. What is it for Moi Kibaki family? And I think from where they are, they're like, that tomb is not very important. Why haven't you even given us something, even in honor of Mzee? Honestly. The thinking around that line, and when we're talking about this, someone just asked me a question. Another analyst was asking me, Kevin, Kenya Kwanza telling us they want to take us back to where Kibaki left it. But I'm not seeing them working with people that worked with Kibaki. There are so many other seasoned civil servants that worked with Moi Kibaki, and I'm not seeing Kenya Kwanza absorbing them. Kenya Kwanza using some fresh other people around, but they want to use Moi Kibaki's playbook. So, to me, I'm seeing Kibaki's family a bit uncomfortable because they have not been in the picture. I know they're their children. The Jimmys are here. They have their sisters. They have their nephews. Tell me, you're not seeing them in the picture. But here you're coming, you want to make the tomb. I think that is number one. Number two, now, what exactly is this hype of creating that tomb by gravesite? Clearly, someone wants to win some political bonanza. You know, someone wants to win some political bonker points that because I was a deputy president, I take care of our legends. And remember, this has been going on. When there was another Mamau descendant who was being buried, I think the wife to Kimade, being buried. And there were questions of these people are not well taken care of. Now, what Rigathi probably wants to achieve is that he will say, because I was a deputy president, I came from Nyeri, I did something for Mwai Kibaki family. And you know how that will be? Because when that speech was made there, it was packaged to create a perception that, you know what, if this is done, then this is for the benefit of the community. It's not. There is no way making that tomb is going to benefit the community down there. It is just part of the national prestige and, of course, remembrance that we had of Mwai Kibaki as our third president. So they're blocking someone who simply wants to use that opportunity to gain some bunker points. Number three, I think Kibaki's family are just avoiding the murky political limelight and they just want to live a private life. Who says that if your father or your grandfather was a politician, then you must be a politician? It is not a must. You can make a decision that, for me, I am not going to be a politician. And of course, true to that, you're not seeing members of Mwai Kibaki's family coming into politics. And probably they're just looking at this. You know, sometimes if you look at the way Odinga and Kenyatta family has been lynched in this country, you may not even want to be coming from a big family. Of course, Mwai Kibaki is a dynasty family. You will not even want to come through yourself being a political limelight. I tend to believe if someone wanted to show some respect and, of course, give some credit to Mwai Kibaki family, you'll even do a nomination to county assembly or even the national assembly, someone from Mwai Kibaki's family would make more sense than making that. So probably there is a possibility that they don't just want to get involved in politics and they want to live a private lives. Number three, I think they're a bit uncomfortable by the fact that Kenya Kwanza has been dangling Mwai Kibaki's name to mirror their bottom-up economic model. We've been reminded so many endless times on how there is a plan to take economy where Kibaki left it. But in real sense, things are bad. There's so many things that Kenya Kwanza is doing that Kibaki never did. Kibaki never took people's money in terms of levies to build houses. Never gave them. That was That was never there. There's so many things that they're doing against that move, and probably the family just think they're just using Mzee's name because Mzee is not there to defend himself, and the family is also not in the space. Number three, there is high-profile litigation, behind-the-scene litigation on Mwai Kibaki's wealth. And I've always wondered, the other day I saw grandchild of Moi crying that for some fundraiser, for them to be supported to take their child for some medical care in London, I think London or India. And I've always wondered, if someone the caliber of a former president, why would cases on succession and wealth division take that long? Why wouldn't they get state lifting kidogo so that the family, this is a man who was a president. And probably that is making them not being very familiar with the government. Then, lastly, someone was just telling me, do you know Ruto never worked with Mwai Kibaki in his political life? Let's say the truth. In 1992, when Moi worked with Moi and the YK 92 or so, Kibaki had already broken ranks with Moi, and Kibaki vied. So on that side, Ruto was actually with Moi. In 2002, when the NARC coalition was formed, Kibaki was with the Raila and the team, and William Ruto was supporting Uhuru Kenyatta, who was a KANU candidate that had been fronted by the late President Daniel Toroitich arap Moi. And the same to 2007, William Ruto was part of the Pentagon team that were campaigning with Raila Odinga against Mwai Kibaki. And the moment they worked together in cabinet as a minister of higher education and think of agriculture before he left, actually, he left over scandal. So, literally, as much as someone would want to create some very good working relationship between the president and Mwai Kibaki, the family deep down, they know very well that there is nothing so rosy and so related between the two. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my take. And I'm not shocked because we're in the era of I promised, I will do, I will do. Thank you.